show.
No rules! That's what I'm talking about.
Dogs on the Run begins now.
All right, back off of cardiac arrest. This is Dogs on the Run. Boy, the season is flying by. The Browns are now 7 wins into the season. I can't believe it. We haven't talked about this. Fourth time since 1999 that the Browns have 7 wins. That's their best record since 07, since they were able to win 10 wins. Right. Brian Hoyer putting up Brian Sipe-like numbers. We'll talk about that. But first up, your general feelings. He's Andre Knott. I'm Andy Bass.
Hey, Andy, how are you? It's crazy because it seems like we were just here a week ago and we were sitting here talking about how bad the quarterback is and how people react. You just mentioned the 7 wins. I'll be honest with you, when the season started back in September, if you told me the Browns would win 7 games to 8 games, I would say this is one of the best seasons we've watched. I know it's hard to get caught up in that once the season starts, now that we're in the midst of it. But this, somebody said to me before the game yesterday, if the Browns lose to Atlanta, they said, would this be the same old Browns? And I said, no. To me, this isn't the same old Browns no matter what. And the more they win right now, no matter how it happens, this is going to be one of the best seasons we've watched the Browns had since they returned. And you just said it in the numbers. The numbers tell you that. Since 99, 7 wins has been a plateau that this team couldn't get to.
They've done 7 wins once before. The playoff year was 9. 07 was 10. So this is the second time they've had 7. They've done 9 and 10 before. So 216-431-3820. That's your number to call in or Skype in at Dogs on the Run. You can listen to us in your car. All you have to do is hit the mobile app and then Bluetooth in, or just plug it right into your car. And so we've got a great show coming up for you. Tubby Dog is going to join us in a couple seconds here. That is always the epitome of no rules on this show. Tim Couch is going to be with us in a little bit. Kenny Rhoda is going to have his keys to the game. We're going to go to Georgia. Is it Deke Young, Eric the referee? Is that his name?
Yes. From the Swanee, Georgia Browns.
Deke Young's going to join us. Matt Lodi, we'll talk a little Steelers. We had the week off. Craig Lindell waiting for next year, and we'll have so much more. What'd you say?
Who's from Florida?
Craig Lindell's on vacation in Florida.
Oh, is he talking to us on vacation?
But he still made time for us, yeah.
What a good man.
That's a good dude.
What a good man.
And here's the thing about the Browns. They're a flawed team, but the coaching staff and everyone else they're overcoming their flaws. I mean, you may have to play linebacker or defensive back before the season's over.
But for some reason, this defense has been able to survive. That's the crazy thing.
They had their best game yesterday. Defensively, they stopped the run. I mean, when you look at the numbers, I know we didn't call it up. They stopped the run the best that they've stopped it. Julio Jones is a fantastic wide receiver, and Joe Hayden, once again, remember the first month of this show?
Yes.
People wanted to drive Joe Hayden to the lake and drop him off and not let him come back. He's been really good against, you go back through it. Julio Jones, one of the best, was really good against, I almost said AC Green, against AJ Green. It's early, I'm sorry. Joe Hayden is making a difference. Now, I don't know what's going to happen with the Gibson injury, but defensively, that was more like the team we thought we were going to see.
We'll hear more about Tayshaun Gibson probably this afternoon. There's a conference call, so we'll hear more about that. Let's go to George, get us started on Skype. George, thanks for Skyping in. Dogs on the Run, my man. What do you got for us?
What's up, George?
Oh, let's see. It started with Dante Whitner. I threw my hat. Then Hoyer with his 3 interceptions. I don't know what to think, but they won the game, and I feel like that movie Dazed and Confused.
Well, come on. You got all your...
No. Let me say it this way. We're 7-4 like you guys were talking. That's great. I'll take it. But are we a playoff team? I don't know with the AFC.
George,
I really don't.
I'm with you, George. I don't know, and I said this to Andy right before we started, when you look at how many teams have 7 wins right now, and something's going to break one way or the other at some point in time. Heck, even just breaking through in our division may be tough. They may win 9 games, and that may be 3rd place in this division. But still, it's better than the alternative. Better to sit here at 4-7, talking about who we're going to draft. I mean, think about that. And Andy, for the jobs that we do.
This time last year, we'd be talking about the draft.
Yeah. I mean, for the jobs that we do, usually by Thanksgiving, we're watching the Egg Bowl. We're watching Alabama and Auburn going, hey, that left tackle's not too bad. Wonder if he can play right tackle next year for us.
Yeah, can we switch him to position?
Right.
That's what we need to do.
We haven't had that conversation at all, guys. That's the best part of this.
And then people have to pay attention to us.
Right.
See, so you feel good about that, George, then, right?
Oh, absolutely, especially the national media. They have to pay attention to us. And what got me real angry yesterday was that announcer for CBS saying every 5 minutes, oh, the Browns are in last place. The Browns are in last place when you're tied for third.
All right, are you over it? Who cares?
That's still last place, George.
Don't let the announcers or the millionaires.
No, they don't get me. But we're tied for third place. Tonight we could be tied for second.
All right.
Baltimore loses.
Eric, what did they say in that in the NASCAR
George, have a great
movie?
day. What do you got?
You too.
We'll see
You ain't in first place. You're in last.
That's right.
One thing I want to say, too, is this is why I want the Browns to be good, and now they're starting to be good, is I want to get the low-level broadcasters that know nothing about the Browns.
Why do we care
off
about this?
our air.
Who cares?
Well, did you hear about the halftime? And Mike Cairns and I were talking about
Yeah, but those aren't low-level guys. That was Boomer Esiason.
But I'm saying they don't know anything about Browns football. They were saying Joe Bitonio was a backup.
It's okay.
They thought Phil Dawson was still our kicker.
Boomer
you upset with
Esiason
this?
did that. And what difference did that make when the game was played? Why are we so sensitive? And I'm not saying you, Eric.
Oh, no.
But
You should have seen Eric.
As Browns fans, we are
should have
so
seen him
dang
during the game yesterday.
sensitive.
He's
Why?
totally freaking out at the end of the game. Manziel, I can't believe he just Manziel.
Oh,
we
no.
need Manziel. What's Hoyer doing? Why is Hoyer throwing the intercept? I mean, just so much negativity. Man, quit thinking like a loser. That's all you were doing yesterday. It's like 44 seconds. They got a chance. They got the ball. What more do you want?
I thought we were going to lose that game.
No, you more than thought. You had the game lost yesterday. You were already jumping off the 480 bridge.
I was pleasantly surprised when we won the game.
Eric,
No, you were so negative. I can't. Like half the newsroom was like, "This game is over. We lost. Oh, why did they put Johnny
Sorry, I can't always
Manziel
be
in?"
positive Andy.
Boo! What?
I don't get the
Can't be
negativity.
positive Andy all the time.
Well, Eric, when you looked at the schedule back in March or April, whenever it came out, when you saw they were going to Atlanta in November, what did you mark that down as a loss?
That
didn't
was
you?
a loss, straight out loss. So did you.
I
Everyone
did. I'll
yeah.
admit, I did.
Honestly, I thought we were going to lose the
Oh,
game.
Tubby
I know
Dog
everybody was predicting the Browns to win. I thought we were going to lose this week.
But see, Eric, I love you. And this is exactly the problem with us. We all, and I did this at my pregame show yesterday. I'm talking to Terry Pluto. He's in Atlanta. And he goes, well, I'm going to pick the team to win 27-24. And our whole panel goes, oh, every writer from the Plain Dealer's picking them to win. That means we're going to lose. We are so negative in our minds that we look for any little thing to go, we don't have a chance. All the writers are picking us today. Do you think they do that in other cities? Do you think with the Cowboys?
Who cares what the writers think?
Exactly.
Who cares what Boomer Esiason says about a prediction?
But we all do
If
it.
Boomer Esiason wants to tell me what he thinks about the quarterback play, I'm all ears. I love Boomer. I think Boomer's a great guy. Talk to him about once.
You talk to him once a week.
At least once a week. So, but look, the bottom line is they got it. It's the NFL.
Right.
And like my tweet after the game yesterday was, "It's the NFL. Get off my lawn." And that's really how I felt yesterday. How many times have you watched other games that end exactly the same way? Fortunately, yesterday, the Browns were on the winning side of it. You want to give a team a minute and tell them they don't even have to go the length of the field to score. All they need is a field goal. They're going to figure out something.
By the way, we should send a care package to the Atlanta Falcons. Mike Smith, thank you very much on your way out as your job. You are horrible with time management. Romeo Crennel agrees with everything you did. He was awful going into the half. But we'll take it. We'll take it. They were bad. We'll take it.
Yeah, I don't remember other teams saying, you know what, since '99, you know what, the Browns really had bad clock management. We feel bad. We're gonna give them that win.
Yeah.
What?
One thing, though, is that a sign of the new Browns? Because would we have lost that game a couple years ago?
Probably.
We might have lost it last year.
Yeah, lost it last year.
You lose that last year. All right,
And
Tim.
you know why they won? I know we're going to move on.
Yeah.
Because their quarterback has some intestinal fortitude. He was awful yesterday. He was good when you needed him to be good.
Can't disagree. All right, Tubby Dog's up right now. Tim Couch coming up in about 2 minutes here. What do you got for us? El Tubbo Doggo.
Tubby!
Oh, a little Tubby dance to start us off here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh my God, unfucking believable! I can't believe we pulled that one out. But hey, I'll take it. Shit, I'll take it. I'll take it all the way to the bank. I gives no shits. Gives no shits.
Did you have him losing or what? What did you have him yesterday?
Dumb bat, huh?
Did you have him losing? Did you have these guys losing yesterday? Did you think it was all over when they got the ball back?
No,
at
I
40?
picked them to win.
You picked them to win yesterday.
Yeah, I said it was going to be a nail biter. I said 17-14. So It's par for the course, just a few more points.
Tubby, when you look at this game, I would have, you know what, I can't believe I'm going to say this. I would have paid money to be at Tubby's house or wherever Tubby was about 3:30 yesterday. The words probably coming out of your mouth yesterday around 3:30 probably were just the meanest things you could ever say about our quarterback, correct?
No, because I kind of expected it. I mean, he's been this way, but I just trusted that if they gave him enough time, that Hoyer would come down the field. I mean, that's just who he is. It ain't going to be pretty. You know, it's not going to be like, you know, we're not going to be on the winning side of a skull dragging. It's just not going to happen with Hoyer. But I'm okay with that. I don't mind that as long as he wins games. And, you know, for those people calling for Johnny Manziel, I don't understand it. I mean, what the fuck is your thought process? You don't have a scheme for him. It's not set up as a Johnny Manziel offense that he could excel in. Why would you bring in an unknown when all Hoyer's done is win games? And, you know, I don't know, but I know this tea is delicious.
Tell me your thoughts on Josh Gordon's return. And this is my opinion, and we'll talk to Tim Couch about it. I thought that our quarterback got a new toy. He got a new present. He asked Dad to put the batteries in it, and he forgot about all the other toys he had. That's what I thought, that he overdid getting it to Josh Gordon, and I thought that was part of the problem, but it was nice to have that big toy back.
Yeah, but the hard part about that, hang on a second, Tubby, but when you talk about what you said, listen,
remember last year he used to like just give up, and when the play wasn't to him, you could honestly tell.
Josh needs to work on some stuff.
I seen Josh running down the field, and you guys have the coach's tapes. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I seen Josh Gordon going down the field to try to block for people who when a play wasn't to him. And I never seen that in the years previous with Josh Gordon.
He did do that.
I'm impressed with this version of Josh Gordon. Josh Gordon, if he can stay away from the smoke, he's going to be all right next year, and it's going to be a force to be reckoned with. I don't know how much he can help us out the rest of this year, but I'm glad with the improvements I've seen, as long as he can maintain that level.
All right, Tubby, before we let you go, what does every Browns fan need to know right now? You tell them.
Sit down, shut the fuck up, and enjoy the goddamn win. It's not like we've had a perennial playoff team. We're in uncharted territory. I know it's new, and oh my goodness, we got all these special little things going around. Sit down, shut the fuck up, quit your goddamn bitching, and enjoy the 7 wins. The Browns are doing exactly what they need to do, and that's just win football games. Let it all shake out, screw them, just win the fucking games. That's all they can do. That's all they need to do, and the rest of the league will take care of itself. If we make it to the playoffs, great. If not, fuck it. We won as many as we could. So sit down and shut the fuck up.
Give us a little dance on the way out.
Give us Tubby dance on the way out.
Tubby dance. Hey, if we play in Detroit next week and the tickets are free, can we get Tubby there to let everybody know how to deal with them?
Fuck yeah. I mean, I'll drive halfway to Cleveland if you guys want to sport the gas the other way.
I may help you with that. I may be in.
Tubby will help you do it. All right, Tubby, thank you so much. Have a great day. Thanks for the entertainment this morning.
Thanks, guys.
Tubby dance out.
Love you, Tubbs.
All right, Tubby said it. All right, let me just say this, because we got a couple phone calls. We got Tim Couch. If you're on the phone line, hang on. We're going to get to you in a couple minutes here. You know, you talk about Josh Gordon, you talk about Brian Hoyer, but I look at numbers. Miles Austin had his best game of the season yesterday, 64 yards. Andrew Hawkins, 93 yards. So as much as it might have felt like that, I think it opened up some other passing avenues for Brian Hoyer that he didn't have.
This is going to be great for Andrew Hawkins. Suddenly now you have Andrew Hawkins playing the position he should be playing.
Right.
Slot receiver where he's got, you know, linebackers and safeties trying to chase him. You know, the thing about Josh Gordon, and I think some of the bad throws, and people work with me here. I don't feel like fighting on Twitter this morning, and I'm not going to. I think part of the problems with some of the problems that Hoyer had, they didn't read each other the right way and talk about he and Josh Gordon.
No.
And Gordon has a tendency when he doesn't think the ball's coming to him, doesn't run as hard as he usually does. Now that could come from he hasn't played since August, so obviously he was out of breath at certain times. But you're right about Miles Austin. You're right about Hawkins, and they still didn't have anything from the tight end position really. You know, you had that one pass that was a little high to Barnage late.
You know what? Just stay back and block and make sure Hoyer doesn't get killed. Eric, the referee, quickly. What?
Hey, one thing that you guys were talking about. Sorry, I have to tell her. So
I know.
Andrew Hawkins with Josh Gordon, I'm excited to see that because I think that's going to open up a lot, and the fact that Josh Gordon is really going to open up that run game.
Yeah,
right.
and it should. We haven't even talked about the baby backs yet.
No, we haven't. Let's go to Tim
that.
Couch. So Tim's standing by. I want to get to Tim. Hey, Tim, how are you this morning? Hey, Tim.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
got you now.
Good. You in a hotel today? What are you office worldwide headquarters of Tim Couch Incorporated?
No, I was traveling. I happened to be in Atlanta and decided to go watch the game. So I was at the game yesterday, and it was good to see those guys up close. And it was a fun, exciting. I thought they played real well. Defensively, it was shut down with Atlanta. I didn't get anything on the ground. I thought the defensive line got after Matt Ryan and disrupted his timing the whole game. And, offensively it didn't look great at times, but when the game was on the line and when it mattered, just like Brian has been doing all season long, he made the plays necessary to win the game.
How hard, Tim, do you think it is to get somebody like Josh Gordon back? I made the joke that's like getting an early Christmas gift. You want to throw it to him every time, and he dang near did. But obviously their timing isn't there yet.
No, it's not there yet, but you could see it kind of developing as the game went on. I think Josh would have 8 catches for over 120 yards or something like that. But, I thought Brian forced it to him a couple times, especially the one in the back of the end zone. He just tried to throw it up and thought Josh would go up and make a play. And heck of an interception by the defensive back from Atlanta. But he did force a couple to Josh. But, I did think that he was able to get some other guys involved. And I think you made a great point about Hawkins playing his natural position now, getting in the slot. And he was working those guys in the slot all day long on those over routes, those crossing routes, the option routes, all those things that he's so good at. The run after the catch ability was awesome, and he's going to really, really benefit from having Josh back out on the field.
All right, Tim, you wake up this morning as Brian Hoyer. You can understand what he feels like today. What's going through his mind today?
I think he's probably a little bit disappointed in the way he played. It was so uncharacteristic of him throwing the 3 interceptions, especially, the 2 late in the ballgame. He's been so good down the stretch of taking care of the football, making the right decisions. And yesterday he forced a couple, down late in the game. But fortunately for him, he got an opportunity with the ball in his hand as on the last drive. And really that's all you can ask for in this league is a chance to win a game at the end. And he made the throws necessary to win the football game. And clutch throws. I thought Miles Austin was really good yesterday too, had some big catches. And he got his team in position to win, and it was great to see him bounce back after he was in the dumps after the interceptions. He felt like he had hurt his team, but he was able to be really resilient in that football game. The team never stopped believing in him, and at the end of the day, he got the win, and that's what it's all about.
Tim, as a former quarterback, when you see their coach call the timeouts that he did before the half and at the end of the game, I mean, Matt Ryan is a Pro Bowl quarterback. And some of the play calls they had late, I'm going, they tried to throw the ball deep to Devin Hester. What are they doing? Roddy White was wide open, by the way, underneath. I mean, as a quarterback, do you look over to the sideline and say, what the heck is, stop? Because it just blew me away yesterday.
There were some questionable calls for sure on that sideline, and I don't know what they were doing down the stretch of that game. They had an opportunity to put it away, and they managed the clock a little bit better. But as a Browns fan, we'll definitely take it. We'll take that opportunity. But they certainly blew some time management and the way they operated the clock for sure.
Tim, what do you say to Browns fans that are screaming for Johnny Manziel this morning?
I just don't see it. I don't understand the thought process behind that. Your quarterback is this team is 7-4, and yeah, he makes some mistakes. But watch any football game; every quarterback makes mistakes, and you're going to throw interceptions. That's part of this league, and but he wins football games, and I think he gets better each week. To me, I know sometimes it doesn't look like he's playing. Not progressing the way you maybe think he is, but I think he's doing a great job of managing this football team. They're starting to get the run game going now, and the way the defense is playing. I mean, the defense plays like they did yesterday. They're going to be in every football game and have an opportunity to win. Atlanta couldn't get anything going on the ground. I mean, with all the guys we have out defensively, the defensive line, all the injuries that we have, losing Gibson, during the game with the knee injury, all the things that are going against the defense, the way they're playing, creating turnovers, shutting down the run, that's only going to help Brian. And they're going to set him up with a good field position on those turnovers. So I think he's doing a great job, and I don't see what the fuss is about putting Manziel in right now.
All right, Tim, we're going to come back. We're going to hit you back in about a half hour. So we appreciate your time. I want to hear more about your experience at the game too yesterday.
Okay, great. Sounds good, guys.
All right, so we'll talk to you a little bit later about that. I do want to take a quick phone.